Hi, I'm Danielle. This is Jennifer, and today we're going to do an otoscopic exam. We want to assess the status of her external, outer, and middle ear. We're going to ensure that the canals are free of any obvious problems prior to admittance, and if they need any further audiometric testing. We're going to determine if the external auditory meatus and tympanic membrane are intact, if there's anything abnormal in the excess cerumen. And first we're going to perform a visual check before we even do the otoscopic exam. So we're going to look at Jennifer's pinnas. We're going to make sure they're intact. There's no skin tags, no collapsed ear canal or anything of the sort, and it looks like it's intact. We're going to check her left ear. I'm going to check for the same things. Everything looks intact. Okay. Okay, and now we're going to perform our otoscopic exam. There's a green switch here, which is, before anything, we must have gloves on always for sanitation purposes, okay? Sanitary purposes. Okay, so we're going to pick the appropriate speculum, okay? Okay, we're going to place the tip of it on the otoscope. We're going to twist it like such, okay? And once it's secure, we're going to turn it on. We're going to push down the green button and swipe it, okay? And we're going to see the light is here. We're going to first start with the right ear or better ear. And we're going to hold the otoscope with our right hand. And we're going to take the 3 bottom fingers to brace Jennifer's cheek. And we're going to hold the top of the pinna, the tip, up and back. I'm going to brace her cheek. Like this. I'm going to look into her ear. I'm going to look for the cone of light and the manubrium. Everything looks great in here. I see the cone of light. I see a pearly gray color tympanic membrane intact. Oh, your ear's great. And now we're going to go to the left ear. We're going to do the same thing on the left ear. We're going to hold it in pencil position. We're going to put the head in a puppy position with the head tilted like such. I'm going to pull up and back gently. I'm going to brace the cheek with the 3 bottom fingers. I'm going to look inside. Everything looks great. Same thing on this side. Everything looks great. Okay. So I did not see any abnormalities. Her ear canal looks nice and clear. We inspected it for the color, and as I said before, it was gray and it was semi-transparent. I saw the cone of light. Everything looked great. The malleus, I didn't see the umbel, but I did see the malleus in the long process. And she did pass the otoscopy in both ears, and no referrals need to be made. Hi, okay, I'm back. So Jennifer did in fact pass the otoscopic exam, but if I were to do a screening and I were to see that the person had any abnormalities whatsoever and the examination was abnormal, I would discontinue the exam and I would refer to the client to their primary care physician. Okay, thank you. Hi, so we are now going to perform a hearing screening on Jennifer, and the purpose of a hearing screening is to rule out any possible hearing loss and identify individuals who require referral for further audiological assessment, okay? So first we're going to put our gloves on, right? And then we're going to take a sanitation wipe. And for, to prevent, we're going to do infection control, we're going to wipe down our headphones, okay? You have to do this for each client, okay? And then we're going to put these covers over the headphones, okay? Sorry. And a hard time getting these on. Okay. Okay, so as you can see here, there are 2 different wires. One is red and one is blue, and the red is always for the right ear, and the blue is always for the left ear, okay? So now we're going to put them on, and we want to put the headphones on facing the client. It makes it much easier, and we want to also ensure it's the appropriate tightness fit for our clients. So I know Jennifer likes them. Okay.
Nice and loose.
Nice and loose. Is that good? Okay. So you see you're putting right on the right and the blue on the red and the blue on the left. Okay. Does that fit good?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Thank you. Okay. So I'm now going to instruct Jennifer. You are going to hear a series of tones. And I want you to raise your hand as soon as you hear the tones. And you put your hand down when the tone goes away. The tones will become very soft and they will sound far away. But no matter how faint or distant the tone is, if you think you hear it, I want you to raise your hand, okay? So now we have the audiometer over here, okay? There's an odd button, which is AUD. We click the odd button, okay? And we are going to set the right ear. We always start with the right ear or the better ear, okay? And the default is at 1,000 hertz, okay? So when we do a hearing screening, we test adults at 25 dB, but for our children, we start at 20 dB, okay? So I'm gonna present the tone at 1,000, 2,000, and 4,000 hertz. We want to elicit like 2 out of 3 positive responses at each frequency, okay? So if Jennifer demonstrates the ability to raise her hand at each frequency at 2 out of 3 times, then she has passed the hearing screening, positive, okay? And then we're gonna switch to the left ear, okay? So now I'm starting at 25 dB at 1,000 hertz, okay? Jennifer, are you ready? Okay. Okay, now we're going to switch to the left ear. I'm going to go back to 1,000 hertz. So Jennifer, we're finished. Jennifer passed in both ears and she responded to 2 out of 3 presentations at all frequencies, and therefore no referral is needed. And just, yeah, okay? Thank you. Hi, I want to make a specific note that although it wasn't evident in the video, it is very crucial for the clinicians to take off headphones off of patients. And hi, how are you? I'm Danielle, and today that we are here to do a MINS testing. And the purpose of tympanometry is to assess the health of the middle ear system by measuring movement of the tympanic membrane in response to pressure variations that are introduced into the ear canal. So over here we have our audiometer. I'm going to show that to you later. And first what you want to do is you want to check that the audiometer is, and the plugs of the audiometer are all in, and that it's turned on, and it is in fact on. And you want to press TYMP, T-Y-M-P, to make sure that it is on TYMP. And it will automatically default to the right ear. Before you start, you want to make sure that you're wearing gloves, okay? And you want to select the appropriate size probe tip. And for these purposes, we're going to select the red probe tip. Which is over here. And you can gently place it on the tip of the machine. Now before we start, I want to say that over here you're going to see lights, okay? And the green light indicates that, the blinking green light indicates that the machine is ready to be used. And you're going to gently pull the ear back, place the probe tip in, and when you see a steady green light, it means you've obtained an airtight seal. That airtight seal is important in order to obtain the information that you need. So if you see that there's orange, it means that the pressure, there's no airtight seal, there's a pressure leak, you need to take it out, readjust, put it back in, try to obtain that airtight seal. If there's a yellow light, it means that there's a probe tip is occluded, you want to take it out, you want to see what's going on, fix it, and start again. Okay, so you're going to start with the right ear, and I'm going to now instruct Jennifer. Jennifer, I am going to place this device in your ear, and it may feel a little uncomfortable, you might feel a slight pressure. You'll hear some loud tones as the device begins to take measurements, okay? It's going to measure the, can I do this here? Sure. The movements of your eardrums, and it's going to be recorded, okay? You're going to gently pull up and back. Are you comfortable, Jennifer? Yeah. Okay, I'm going to stick it in. Let me try again.
You want to pause it? Sorry.
Okay, we're going to now try. We're going to gently pull the pin back and place the probe tip inside. Oh, we had a pressure leak. We're going to take it out. We're going to start again. Am I hurting you?
No.
Okay. You got it. Looks great. And now we're going to do the left ear. You're going to press L for left on the podium. All right. I'm going to again gently pull up and back. Stick it in. And we got it. Everything looks great. I'm going to analyze the results at a later time. But before we finish, we're going to press on the machine. There's like this square with like 3 squiggles on it. You're going to push it to print. And after it prints, you need to press M to delete. Okay? You need to make sure you put your probe tip away into the used probe tip box. Okay? And upon evaluation of the results, I will see that the tympanogram shows a type A, is type A in both ears, which is normal. She passed the tympanogram in both ears and no referrals are needed. But if she were to have either a type B, type C, type AS, or type AD tympanogram, she would need referrals. For a type B tympanogram, it would be flat as a pancake. It could be indicative of any fluid, wax, perforations, or tubes. Type C, which would indicate negative pressure, which means there's some eustachian tube dysfunction. Type AS would indicate autosclerosis, which or thickened or scarred tympanic membrane, or tympanosclerosis. And type AD would indicate a circular disarticulation or thinly healed tympanic membrane. Okay, thank you very much. Oh, and I just wanted to say that when you're analyzing the results later, you're going to be analyzing the ear canal volume, the compliance peak, and middle ear pressure and gradient width. Okay, thank you. Hi, it's me. I'm back to discuss the results from Jennifer's image testing. Okay, so here's her results. So you can see the type A peak on both ears. Okay, and we're going to discuss the results. So upon measuring her ear canal volume, in the right ear it was 1.4, and for the left ear it was 1.5, which are both centimeters, and both of those ear canal volumes are within normal levels, because the norms we know for adults is between 0.5 to 2.5 centimeters. Okay, CM3. Sorry. Okay. Upon measuring her static acoustic compliance, her compliance peak, normal SAC is usually between 0.3 to to 2.5 at CM, and Jennifer obtained a compliance peak of 0.7 and 1 point for the right ear and 1.0 for the left, which are both within normal levels. Gradient width for the right ear was 65 DAPA, day Pascals, and 50 day Pascals for the left ear, which anything that would be greater than 200 day Pascals would be indicative of middle ear fluid. Upon measuring middle ear pressure, we see that the normal range is between 50 and 150 day Pascals, and for Jennifer in the right ear, she obtained 0 day Pascals, and for the left would be negative 10 day Pascals, which are both within normal levels. Okay, so as again I repeat, both tympanogram for both ears was normal. She passed the tympanogram and for both ears, and no referrals are needed. Okay, just want to show you where you would be able to find the information here. We have the ear canal volume. Here we have the gradient. Here we have the peak static acoustic compliance, and here we have the middle ear pressure. Okay, thank you. Hi, how are you? This is Danielle. Today we're doing a hearing aid troubleshooting. We want to make sure that hearing aids are working properly, and the battery as well, and overall hearing. And if somebody were to come to us on the job, we would want to be able to know how to check and make sure. So we're going to show you how. First things first, always gloves, preferably ones that fit you snugly like this. Okay, second, this is all for infection control. Second of all, we're going to take sanitary wipe, a sanded cloth. We're going to take the hearing aid, and for this presentation, we are using the in the canal hearing aid. This is a left ear in the canal hearing aid. I'm going to clean it before we even read the model and serial number. Just going to clean it off to be as clean as possible. Okay. Here we have a left ear HS Unitron hearing aid. Serial number is 132-3J0M2. Here we have the soundboard. Here we have the microphone. Okay, in the back. Okay. We're going to do a visual inspection. Okay. We're going to look for any cracks or slits. I'm going to check the soundboard and the vents. I'm sorry, I forgot to show you the vents. Okay, where's that vent? There's the vent. Make sure that there's nothing occluding it. Okay. Any wax or any foreign objects. Okay. And the method of after we are done our visual check, I don't see any cracks or any slits whatsoever. I forgot to show you the battery door. Here's the battery door. Okay, I don't see anything occluding or anything foreign things whatsoever. After we are done our visual or any cracks or slits, after we are done, we're going to clean this hearing aid. And the method is brush, scoop, and vent. We have our brush right here. We are going to brush, clean around the microphone, making sure that nothing is there. Oh, before anything, I'm sorry, you should know that when you are cleaning the hearing aid, you should be working on a flat surface, and you should also have some sort of paper towel under you, so that any foreign objects or anything that comes out, it will go directly on the paper. So you're going to do it downward. Downward onto the microphone. Okay. You're going to take this wax loop at the tip of your brush. It's good to have this on you all the time. You are going to clean the soundboard from any wax. Downwards. Down. Seems to be clean. Okay. Going to check the vent side. Clean the vent. Downwards. This hearing aid seems to be okay. Okay. Next, we're going to do a battery check. Okay. For in ITC, we use a 312 battery. Here's a 312 battery. Okay. Here we have our battery tester. Okay. When it's red, orange, or yellow, it needs to be replaced. And when it's good, it's good. Here, we're going to take our battery, put it into the 312 slot. We're going to push on the blue. And we see, sorry, I have to at that angle. Push down, it's on green, it's good, it's ready to work. If you did not have this device, you can check for feedback just by placing the battery in, holding and listening for feedback, but we know the battery's good, so we're good. You're going to open, you're going to find out which way to put the battery in, okay? You're going to put it positive side up, always. You don't want to, make sure you don't put any other hearing aids that could really ruin or get stuck inside. Here's the positive side up. We're going to close our hearing aid. Okay, here it is. Here we have our stuff set. Okay, we don't have to listen to feedback because we know the battery is working, okay? So, here's our stuff set. I'm going to clean it before anything. We are going to put, oh, I'm sorry, now we're going to perform a hearing check, okay? The hearing aid to make sure it's working. I'm going to put the belt tip of the stethoscope over the soundboard as such. Okay, I'm going to say 6 sounds now to see if the hearing aid is working, okay? U, A, I, sh, s. All the sounds were heard, okay? All the sounds were heard. If you want to listen for internal feedback, take the hearing aid, close the sound door. I don't hear any internal feedback. This hearing aid is working, and they don't need to do anything. Okay, you're going to take the battery door. You're going to take out the battery. Okay. Okay. You're going to clean it again. Okay. Malfunctioning hearing aid. If I have a crack in the tubing or any loose fitting mold, the battery could be dead. There could be internal feedback, or it could be occluded as a result of wax in the tubing. Okay. Some solutions can include opening the battery doors when the hearing aids are not in use, checking the batteries, keeping them away from moisture, any water, and avoid putting them or wrapping them in tissues because the fibers can get in. You should clean your hearing aids every single day, and you should always work on a flat surface when you are working with hearing aids. Okay? We remove the battery, we disinfect it once more, and we're going to wipe our stuff set. And now I'm going to show you a behind the ear hearing aid. Okay? Here's the behind the ear hearing aid. Okay? Each mold, they are custom made, these hearing aid molds for behind the ears. So depending, however they're custom made, that's which ear they will be for. Okay, so this one specific is for the right ear. Okay. It also has a red dot here. Some of them do have that, some don't. It's like a custom thing. Okay, we're going to do our visual check. Before our visual check, we're going to save the model and okay, it is a Unitron Max 6SP, okay? And here is the battery door. Here's the microphone. Here's the soundboard, okay? We're gonna do our visual check. I don't see any cracks or any slits whatsoever in this hearing aid, okay? We are going to wipe it before we should have, which is most important. First, before you take someone's hearing aid, you need to disinfect it right away for infection control, okay? Now let's start again after I wiped it down. And we'll check it. And as we said before, there are no visual cracks or slits. There's nothing visually occluding any area whatsoever. Okay, we're going to gently remove the tubing from the back, like this. Okay, could have done that after too, doesn't matter. There's an order of brush, scoop, and venting, okay? So really could have left it on first. Okay, I'm going to brush the microphone. Just brush the whole thing, can't hurt. Okay, take our wax scooper, of course again with a paper towel under. I'm going to clean up the soundboard with a wax loop. Okay, we're going to just clean it. And, okay, clean it out like this. Special item, specifically for these tubes. Put it in and gently, you have to be very delicate with hearing aids. And to clean. And where are we doing it? We're doing it on the paper towel in the event that something should come out. Okay? We're finished with that. I gently put it back together. So far we're telling our client, or whoever comes up to us, that everything, the visual check looked fine, right? Clean, there's no occlusion or anything whatsoever. We're going to now do our battery check. This hearing aid in specific requires a battery of 675, okay? It's big. It's a big one. Okay, take it, place it into our battery check. Green for good, good to go. We do need to check for feedback because we know that it's working. In the event that we were on site somewhere in a clinic and we did not have this battery tester, you can just simply put the battery in, positive side up, battery door. You see? Battery door. And you can check for feedback and such. Power battery. Here we go. Doesn't sound too great, but it does have feedback if you needed to check. Next, we're going to do the same thing. We wiped our stuff, this set before. We're going to take our hearing aid and we're going to put this over the soundboard. Okay. By the way, you should just know the microphone is located in the bottom of the hard piece. Okay. Right there. Just making sure it's clean before I check because it sounds a little funny. Okay. The vent, the microphones, yeah, fine. Ready? Ooh, ah, ee, sh, s, ooh, ah. Okay. This hearing aid, even though it's working, it's very staticky and very distorted. Very. I check for internal feedback. You're going to cover the soundboard. You're going to listen. There's no internal feedback. However, after that, you open the battery door, take out the battery. You're going to disinfect it gently. And you're going to tell your client that although the battery is working and there's no occlusions or cracks or slits or whatsoever, that the hearing aid is actually intact. The sound on it sounds staticky and distorted, and therefore they need to go to fix it. And they need to see if there's any way that they can fix it or if ultimately need a new one because this one does not sound good. Okay, you're going to disinfect everything once again and disinfect all your equipment because you're going to want to use it again and again and again. So you're going to disinfect. I'm going to put everything away. Okay, I'm going to put your hearing aid from this. Okay, and that is it. Thank you.